Hello, Cancerians. Good afternoon. Welcome in, my friends. Cancer, I'm here to do a check-in message with you. First of all, let me say it's interesting because when I sat down to do the reading, it was super cloudy outside. And now the sun keeps on coming and going, but it's almost like it's pulsing. And what it's kind of like, is the light going to stay out? Is the sun finally here to stay? And that's the kind of energy I'm getting in the Cancerian collective. I'm going to do a little bit of an intro, not too much, and then I'll do a collective reading. If you want to jump ahead to the collective reading, I'll put a timestamp in the description box below of the video. Cancer, astrologically speaking, there's a lot happening, of course, that affects you quite strongly. First, I want you to cast your memory back to 2020. I know for a lot of us, right? But that was Cancer Capricorn eclipse season. Eclipses always mark the entrance of the North and South node into those signs. In your case, in 2020, your sign and your opposite of Capricorn. So that was really a turning point. Yes, of course, for everyone in the collective. Cancer and Capricorn sit on the global stage. Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra, they form the axis of the global stage. So anytime there's going to be eclipses and a north and south node shift into those signs, it's going to impact the world at large, but that's another story. In your own personal life, Cancer, go back to 2020. What was going on for you aside from the obvious? Because that was quite a turning point for both Cancer and Capricorn. And right now, actually, we have Jupiter, the planet of luck and growth and expansion, in your sign. It moved there at the beginning of the year. Yes, it was a very big deal. It's going to stay there until next year. But what I've been observing is that ever since Jupiter did move into Cancer, things in the Cancerian collective actually even got more difficult. They seem to even get shakier. But that's how it is. Jupiter in the major arcana is the wheel of fortune. It's by no means an easy or steady roll towards your destiny. But rest assured, Cancer, that is what's happening here. And that's what I'm talking about, the pulsing of the sun, right? You may be feeling like, oh my gosh, all that I've been working for, is it ever actually going to come through? In 2020 for Cancer and Capricorn, there was almost like a reversal of roles. In oppositions in astrology kind of mirror the internal of each other. And Cancer was being asked to embrace a whole lot more of the Capricornian qualities. So it may have been a call for you to step outside of the focus on the home and the heart and all those things that Cancer represents, and into more your career, your outside ambitions, and your reputation. And that's not a comfortable switch for Cancer, as it isn't for Capricorn to do the opposite. But that was definitely part of what we were being asked to do in 2020. I say we because I do have my sun in Cancer. Now, right now, Jupiter, yes, in your sign, but in a couple of days, we have a new moon in Libra, which is your fellow cardinal. So that new moon is square to you. And the moon, of course, is your ruler. Now, squares in astrology, I call them the strange attractors. There's definitely an attraction between, say, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, but all that squaring energy is definitely very challenging as well. So during Libra season and this new moon, it could be really challenging you in terms of your own emotional process. Libra does represent the relationship sector of the zodiac. So for a lot of you, it could have to do with partnerships in business or in the home. Could be romantic relationships coming your way, especially with Jupiter spinning through your sign right now, Cancer. For me, as a romantic astrologer, Jupiter symbolizes the good partner or the life partner, because Jupiter, unlike Mars is like the, you know, the attraction, the boom, boom, the first boyfriend, the bad boy type or girl type attraction. But Jupiter brings about luck and expansion and growth and opportunity into your life, often in astrology known as the second marriage, whether that applies or not. It doesn't only apply to relationships, but because we're dealing in Libra, that's part of the story. Also, right now we have Pluto, which you're well aware was in your opposite sign of Capricorn since 2008. At the beginning of this year, it moved into Aquarius, but it retrograded as it's been doing. It didn't hit Capricorn, no, but it turned to the 1 degree of Aquarius, which is such a tight orb when we're dealing with Pluto, technically still in opposition to yourself, and to Libra, it's square. And we also have a lot of Aries energy right now, so all of that's challenging you. However, Pluto did just turn direct, so it's moving further and further away from Capricorn as Jupiter continues to spin and the sun continues to pulse. See where I'm going with this, Cancer? A breakthrough, I promise you. I know, but I promise you. It is at hand. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah, it's one of the wateriest falls in my recent memory, partly due to Jupiter being in your sign. But we also have Neptune and Saturn also in retrograde at 29 degrees of Pisces. That's huge. I've been talking about it. We're heading towards Scorpio season, and pretty soon we're going to have the Sun, Venus, Mercury, and the Moon all in Scorpio. So and then you and Jupiter. So all of that trining water energy, that should be very, very symbiotic for you, Cancer. Again, as Jupiter continues to spin its dubious magic through your sign, we'll see what unfolds. Anyway, let's do a check-in message. Let me get a sip. Cancer, I'm still going through my dental work, so pardon me if I'm a little bit muffled in my speech. I'm doing the best I can. All right, let's get into the reading, Cancer. We're going to start off with the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. In the overall energy, please remember it's still a general reading, so not everything I say is going to resonate for you the way that I say it. Just take what does as it does, if it does, and leave the rest behind. Answer. Going beyond normal, beautiful, the golden light bulb, and it may be that it requires you reaching to a deeper place within you to get to where you want to go. Cancer, you always do kind of march to the beat of your own drum. Few people know that about Cancer, but we're ruled by the moon, so we follow the tides within, right? But it can be, look at the upper chakras, some kind of idea coming to you. We'll see what that's about. On the bottom, we have a big, bold vision. I love it. That goes along with the light bulb. This could be what you're moving towards, your reinvention. I love it for you, Cancer. Okay, let's get a wisdom of the oracle. And what do we have? Going beyond normal is number 14, which is the Temperance card in the Major Arcana, Sagittarius energy. It's about patience and the very, very careful steps you take towards that big, bold vision, blending together the different elements of your life. Okay. We have chaos and conflict. Oh boy. And then we have to be fair, which is Libra energy. Could be dealing with a Libra, but of course we are in Libra season. So something went down here. This is interesting. We're going to have to see where this goes, of course. Okay. Number 33 for chaos and conflict, and number 38 for to be fair, which 3 and 8 is number 11, of course, which is the number, the Justice card, Libra energy. Let's get into the reading. Actually, I want to use the good tarot. Let me see. Now, new moons, of course, are about releasing. You can't welcome in the new if you don't release the old. So let's see the recent past, Cancer. Could be where this chaos and conflict is. Recent past. What's this about? The 8 of Swords. And it's funny because it's like she's looking upward into her own mind. Now, there could be a kind of stubbornness or somebody around you who kept you in a place of mental confusion or unable to see clearly. This is a place of like blindness. It can be about you not wanting to see as well. We'll go further when we clarify. Yeah, we have the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, Virgo's Major Arcana. Well, in Virgo season, right? There could have been something going on for you, but it's in the recent past, so that's good. Maybe something that you're mentally fixated on there that isn't fair. You know, 8 of Swords can be like, I can't stop thinking about what was done and how unfair it was. Let me see you now. Chaos and conflict. No. This one. Let me see you. Cancer. What's happening? Now, in Pisces reading and Scorpio, there was a lot of swords as well. Anytime, King of Swords, anytime I see a lot of swords in a water sign reading, I'm like, something's up. You're in your mind. You're way, way overthinking. In fact, this is the king of the head over the heart, trying to make some kind, to be fair, trying to see clearly, trying to do the right thing, trying to make a fair decision. Now, the King of Swords can actually be some kind of legal decision. It can be a lawyer. Somebody might be coming in to speak a truth to you as well. All right, let's see the upcoming steps for you. Look at what is happening, Cancer. Is this you? We have the Seven of Swords, air energy. Now, the Seven of Swords I've been talking about all month long. It won't stop coming out in the readings. It is scorpionic energy, and it's certainly about keeping your plans, your strategies, and your ideas to yourself. Going beyond normal and big, bold vision. Now, the big, bold vision may hide behind these Seven of Swords, but to be fair, that's kind of a sneaky energy. More swords. This whole reading is swords. I'm not seeing any water, Cancer. Okay. And let's see the energy around you. This could be another person. It could be a situation. Could be a furthering of this action with the Seven of Swords here. Chaos and conflict, the Tower. What is going on? Scorpio, Aquarius energy, the Tower is sudden change out of nowhere. Now, whatever this is, you may not see it coming, but it definitely is chaos and conflict. Two of Wands, a new path unfolding. I always point out there's a little boy sitting up there on the back of a giraffe holding out a lantern, looking at a new horizon. There's quite a lot of excitement behind this, but it's almost like, what was the Tower? Because the Seven of Swords makes me think that this was on purpose. This was a plan. Now, this could be somebody coming in toward you. It could be vice versa. We'll see. What's the challenge? What's the challenge in the situation? Okay. We have the Seven of Wands, more fire energy. Now, the 7 and the 2 of Wands equals the 9, and I keep getting that. Will it ever happen? Will the breakthrough ever happen? And 8 of Swords is like, oh my gosh. I was going to say 8 of Swords is like a mental prison. You see the sun? Is like a mental prison. It's like being trapped in some kind of darkness, but with the King of Swords. I don't know. For some of you, I mean, there could be a legal situation keeping you. Could be incarceration. It could be somebody around you. What? Okay, let's see where we go. But this 7 of fire, this is my fighting for a dream version. Look at the unicorn up there on the hill. And it's like seeming like it's just out of reach. And I kind of got that in the intro. Now the 7 and the 2 of Wands is the 9 of Wands. That's almost reaching, and I keep saying you're almost there. Okay. 6 of Swords. Now the 6 of Swords is moving forward. 8 of Wands. Okay. The 6 of Swords is moving forward. Obviously, we're going down. 8, 7, 6. The sailboat flying through the sky, moving forward. That didn't come out. It was on the bottom. Also 8 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. The blockage towards your dream gets moving forward. What was in the way? All right, let's get an outcome. Strange energy, Cancer. I don't know. It's very unusual for a Cancer reading, but I'll keep going. A potential outcome. This is going to be an interesting one to clarify, that's for sure. The Magician, Virgo and Gemini energy. It reminds me of that little boy up there on the back of the giraffe trying to manifest a new future. The Magician works with all four aces to create the reality that they see. We got little boy on this Two of Wands looking out there. That dream. Okay, so manifesting. The first sign of water, we have the Six of Cups, Scorpio energy. And the Six of Cups is a sense memory. This could be somebody from your past, somebody from deep in your past. Could be a soulmate energy, though, too. Sometimes okay. Apparently so, because we have the Lovers. Gemini's major arcana. Right now, Uranus is in Gemini. Uranus represents the Tower, sudden change. And it could all of a sudden, there could be a decision that you have to make. A very difficult, very deep heart connection. Ooh, okay. Let's see. We're going to clarify. I see the Empress on the bottom of the deck, Divine Feminine, Venus energy. Venus is in Libra right now. She's at home there. Okay. Can I see the Eight of Swords in the recent past? Eight of Swords. More? Okay, why not? More swords. The Two of Swords. Put together, that's the Ten of Swords, which is the end of a very long and difficult path of learning, right? Swords are our own thoughts. It's our mind. And I keep saying the sun, right? Going to come clear. There it goes again. But you can see that there's an eclipse above the Two Swords. This is about needing to make a decision when you can't see clearly enough to make that decision. It's a crossroads. And I'm not surprised to see it because the Lovers is here. And the Lovers, as I always say, sends us to a crossroads in our heart, to needing to make a decision in the recent past. Oh, well, this is interesting. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, the Lovers, the Six of Cups. About a soulmate? Now, this could have been about a career as well. For some of you, definitely. For me, the Four of Wands can be about a job or a new career. Could be about a home. I'll go back there, but let me see the King of Swords. This is you now. To be fair, well, the King of Swords is incredibly fair. Look what it is, Cancer. It came out upright. It's Jupiter with the Wheel of Fortune. Destiny, right? The Let Go or Be Dragged card. And this is monumental changes. When the wheel spins through our life, it is pushing us towards our soul's path. Often for me, when I get the world or the wheel, I get the Tower because it's all pushing towards that. And then two fours, the Four of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. We have the Four of Wands. We're missing the Four of Cups, but it's very controlling energy. It is an energy of things being held back, but also, though, look at this baby sheep with his third eye lit up, going beyond normal. Some kind of idea, something here that you now want to make a move on, and you're keeping this to yourself. I'm sorry, that was with the wheel. Okay. Let go or be dragged, I said, and those are all very stuck energies. The fours are ruled over by the Emperor, and we saw the Empress on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Seven of Swords. We saw the Hermit. Oh, look at this. Finally, more water. The Two of Cups. Venus and Cancer energy. Such strong soulmate energy, Cancer. So far, we have the Six of Cups, the Lovers, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Seven of Swords. The Sun and the Queen of Wands. Very, very strong Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Leo or have that strongly in your chart. But the Sun is about happiness. So, I mean, this could be you wanting to move towards somebody who you feel is your destiny. The Sun is about, yeah, because the Two of Cups is attached to that. Let me see the Tower. Oh, that jump. What? Okay. Yes, we knew it was coming. Libra's major arcana, number 11. To be fair. What does this have to do with? It could have to do with a home. It could have to do with moving for some of you. Okay. And I said there could be a legal decision. Maybe for some of you, it's a legal decision surrounding moving or surrounding the sale of a home or a legal decision around a home. It could be. The Two of Cups wanted to come out with that. On the bottom, I see a Five of Swords. So what do we got? Four. We got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of Swords. This progression. There could have been a fight. There could have been an argument. And it could, again, have something to do with finances, legal, or something that you're planning moving forward. Two of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Two of Wands. Okay. One more. Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is very serious, invested business. This is somebody who wants to make an offer, and when they do, they mean it. That they don't do so recklessly, that like they don't waste their time. Okay. So let me see the Seven of Fire. So Cancer, this could be you and this King of Pentacles energy wanting to do the right thing here. Like I said, it looks like there could have been some kind of legal situation. Let me see the Seven of Fire. Why is this a challenge for Cancer? The Knight of Cups. Okay. More water energy. Now, the Knight of Cups can be an apology, can be an offer, it can be a confession. Ace of Cups. The 10 of, oh, here's where all the water is, and notice how it's in the challenge. That's interesting. But the 10 of Cups is the whole picture. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And it all starts with that ace being held here. So it's about making some kind of offer towards this 10 of Cups. But you could be, are you being blocked? Yeah, you could definitely be blocked, and maybe there was too many people involved in this scenario and it ended in sadness. The Five of Cups is mourning over the loss of these three cups. Now, behind the back of the whoever, I mean, and this is the sad horse, but usually it's somebody who's mourning over those three cups and can't see the Two of Cups still standing right here. So you could want to come, and maybe you're blocked because there was a third party. Maybe you blocked somebody because there was. And now somebody wants to come in and be fair and make some kind of offer. They're sad. You or them or both of you. As I always say, Five of Cups is only half of the 10. Let me see the Magician. In the potential outcome. The Empress. We saw her on the bottom of the deck. All right, let's see. And then the Lover. 3 major arcana at the end. Now, Cancer, maybe it was you who had to make a head over heart decision to leave something behind because it wasn't getting to where you wanted it to go. And in Empress energy with the Lovers, like you're making a choice, Magician, to manifest a different kind of future, a different kind of reality. Let's have one more there. I see the Queen of Pentacles hovering on the bottom. We got the King right here. King and Queen of Pentacles. Okay. One more there, and then I'm going to grab a different deck. An 8 of Cups. How interesting. Now, the 8 of Cups is finally all the water. The 8 of Cups is my emotional pilgrimage card. I say it's about having the courage to walk away from things that are not the 10 of Cups, which we have right here in the challenge. The 2 of Cups seems to be surrounding this King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. And that is the full picture. Now, in this 8 of Cups, it's one of the very few where all of the cups are broken. And there's like that black mountain of finality walking away permanently. From the past is done. From 8 swords, 8 cups. Okay. One more there. 8 wands, 8 pentacles. Movement forward. And as I mentioned, for some of you, it definitely was Jupiter. It could have something to do with your work or your career as well. 8 wands. And then that Hermit. Let me grab a different deck for a minute. I want to get the Naked Heart. And we'll look into this 7 of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Sun. Let me see that. Chaos and conflict. The 7, all these 7s, Cancer, you're the 7th sign. Yeah, the Chariot's number 7. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords, keeping plans secret. Ooh, okay, so who's the Queen of Wands? The Devil and the 5 of Cups. The Devil is Capricorn's major arcana, and it can represent temptation, fear, doubt, repeating cycles. One more there. 5 of Cups, right? 5 of Cups in the challenge. And I see the Queen of Wands, the 6 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. The Queen of Wands is sometimes the other woman in a relationship. It's a temptation. And it could be that somebody around you fell prey to that temptation. Somebody around you. There was a sneakiness. And this is about you now wanting to come back, 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles, wanting to put in more work towards a plan that was abandoned, probably due to this situation. Moving towards an Empress energy who is not the Queen of Wands. Yeah, now, okay, yeah, 9 of Swords. 8 of Swords, 9, we're getting there, right? The 9 of Swords is about nightmares and fear and anxiety. Look, Justice, Libra energy. For some of you, it could have been somebody in your workplace being fairly duplicitous. Let me see. The Ace of Pentacles, which is what the King of Pentacles is holding, and justice, getting a decision that you deserve. Wanting to, okay. Can I see the Two of Swords in the recent past? And the Eight of Swords? The Four of Swords again, and the Seven of Wands. Look at that Seven of Wands. Look at that cat, how angry he is. And then we have the Seven of Wands in the challenge. So in the recent past, you could have had to put up boundaries against somebody. And I always say the water signs are capable of boundaries. We just don't like it. It breaks our heart. It makes us sad, Five of Cups, to have to do that. And we have a Four of Swords again. Okay, but what actually happened here? Let me see that Queen of Wands. The Star, okay. One more. And the Nine of Wands, how interesting. The Nine of Wands, because I already called it out, right? The wounded warrior, the one more step to completion, and then you get to the wish. But what happened? Feels like something was interrupted. And it may have been sneaky behavior by somebody around you. Queen of Wands. Let me see. The Eight of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Cups in the in the outcome. I don't know if it was somebody you had to get free from. I'll get one more there and then we'll move to the blue deck. See, this Eight of Cups is going directly for that Two of Cups. And the Three of Wands, I love it. We had that little boy on the giraffe, right? Looking out at the future. This is the future. From the ask to the receive. And we have a Four of Wands. So there could have been something very unfair that happened in this situation. Let's put it that way. Whether somebody was sneaking around behind your back in a third party scenario. And now that could be romantically, but not necessarily. It could be to do with your work as well. It could be somebody in your workplace that was being sneaky, taking ideas from you, or making it so that you couldn't progress in some way. But we have this to be fair. So if it was somebody who was having a dalliance outside of this situation, they're done with that. And they want to come in. I always love readings like this, right? They're like, yeah, I couldn't find anything better than you, so I guess I'll return. Better than you? You're coming out as the Empress. So they're like, it didn't go like I thought it would. I guess I'll come back your way. I would be careful there. There is a devil attack. And they're like, no, I had to leave it behind. Well, it actually doesn't take a lot of courage to leave behind 8 cups that are broken. And instead they're like, maybe then I will put in some more work here. I don't like that, but that's up to you. But actually the same kind of applies if it was somebody at your workplace. Let me see. The Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. This is about collaboration and wanting to get on the same page and balance things out. But yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Three of Swords. That's why there's so many Four of Swords in the reading. Okay, let me see how you feel, Cancer. Yet another deck. let's go to the Llewellyn, which has the Three of Swords. So it's your heart's broken over this. Queen of Wands. King of Cups, okay. And the Eight of Cups, we have yet another one. Now the King of Cups is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Third Eight of Cups. What the tarot keeps telling us is that you, if you're the one, you're leaving behind this Queen of Wands and going to the Empress, who you already had a third party behind the back of. Or with this Eight of Cups, King of Cups, it can also be like where I am is not emotionally fulfilling enough to me. It's not the Ten of Cups, which is what I want, which is in the challenge. So it could have to do with work as well. Some of you could be like, I'm not sticking around here. This isn't what it's not creative. It's not fulfilling me. It's not what I wish for. And you could be leaving behind a partnership to go towards another one. Actually, like a work partnership. I hope that's making sense. Let me get one more on the Eight of Pentacles. The Lovers and the Page of Wands. This is communication, and we see all of those wands, right? So somebody could be coming in here with a big, bold vision, a big, bold idea, and you're going to need to decide, but we have Three of Swords hovering here again. Okay, twice we've seen the Three of Swords, and we saw the Six, which is moving forward. So it may require a certain level of forgiveness if you choose to do that. Eight of Cups, King of Cups, and the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. There's your major arcana. The Chariot is driven by the Emperor, and it's about taking control of the situation. There could even be, for some of you, travel. Three of Pentacles again. Yeah, some of you could be leaving behind a work situation, and you're doing so on the sly. You don't want anyone to know. Let's go to the blue deck. Or leaving behind a third party with the Sun and the Queen of Wands and moving towards an Empress. What else does Cancer need to know? Victory, that's the Chariot. Sun, it keeps on doing it. Okay? So whatever this legal decision is, maybe you had to fight it against this Queen of Wands to get free. Let's have another one. Oh, strategy. Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Adjacent possibilities. And adjacent possibilities is things in the outside surrounding, you know? Okay. Let's have one more. Patience, that's like Temperance. One more. I mean, if this has to do with your work, there could be other, I said, moving towards a different partner, adjacent possibilities, something you didn't think of before, or something coming your way. Angel of Balance and the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, there's the third eye, following your intuition. And we had the baby sheep with the great idea, contract. Okay. And it can be too that it's because of like your unique idea here. So if some of you, if this is romance, this is somebody who, like I said, was doing some comparison shopping. And then upon being out there was like, actually, maybe you're the best I can get. And coming towards you with an offer, contract. Empress. It could be a marriage contract. They could be like, no, actually, I want to dedicate myself to you. I've decided. And for others of you, it can be a workplace situation where there was something underhanded or sneaky going on. Could have been you, though, because we have strategy, and it could be you trying to get away from a potentially very volatile situation to create your own new vision here. Okay. There's definitely two camps of you. So for those of you where this is a romantic offer or apology, and it could be, we have that Knight of Cups coming in and being like, remember what I said? They want to apologize. They made the wrong choice. For me, Cancer, that's the worst thing a person can ever say to me, but you make your own decisions. And we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive, what does it say? Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Like I said, some of you are leaving something behind. One more. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. That's for those of you where this is romance coming in. Let's do some talisman for you, Cancer. Consider these to be like power words you can take away from the reading with you, if they resonate, of course, like the whole reading. And I hope it did resonate for you. Remember, it's general, so not everything I said is going to fit for you. Just take the parts that do. Balanced emotions. We had temperance coming out. Concealment. And then union. See what I'm saying, though? They are coming in. One more. It's going to be up to you. We have a lot of Three of Swords around here. Finding love and courage. Wow. Okay. We'll do a moon card. Of course we have to. We have a new moon coming up for you, Cancer. Where's my timing? Oh, no, we're long. Wow. Okay. Cancer. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. We have that Queen of Wands and chaos, right? Definitely there could have been a fight with somebody. First quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self. They might be wanting to apologize. And again, it's going to require that I'll do what you want to do, Cancer. Okay, I'm going to close it off for you with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. These can come out as advice, so certainly take it only as it resonates. Transformation, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things, does it? For some of you, this could be a family member, definitely. But it doesn't have to be. Whoever it was being very sneaky. Freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Eight of Cups, moving forward. And the Lovers is the choice. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And last one. Secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Now, again, for some of you, this could be a person coming back around. Wheel of Fortune. Who made a different choice in the past and regretted it. So it's going to be up to you how you feel about that. And then for others of you, it definitely can be about a working partnership or somebody. Look at the sun, look what it's doing. Pulsing. For somebody from your work. We have that strategy here. All right. I hope that resonated. My friends, I love you, Cancer. I'll see you soon. Namaste.